Hey everybody, this is Miss Jennifer and I have a bonus art lesson for you guys. This is a lesson that I've been doing with the kids at our different locations, and it's super fun and easy, and we've been doing it with watercolor palettes. But since you don't really have that at home, I'm going to give you a new and easy way of trying it. What we're going to focus on today is two of the elements of art, which are super simple. The first one is line. So when we're talking about line, all it really is a continuous mark on a surface. So as long as the line doesn't touch itself, it's still a line. As soon as it encloses itself, it becomes a shape. So that's a very important concept to learn. And there's all different kinds of line. So what you could do is on your sketch paper, you can practice. This is a horizontal line, vertical line, diagonal line, zigzag line, wavy line. Here's a pointy line. And here's an important line that I want you to learn. And it's called an implied line. And it's really not a line at all. It's just if you put together dots or little teeny lines and they go in a direction, your eye will create a line out of it. So as you see, that looks like a line. And it's used a lot in art, so that's an important one to learn. The next thing we'll talk about is color, which we did in our STEAM project. So let's go ahead and get started. We are going to take one of our cards and we are going to do 5 lines. Now you can start out with your pencil if you like, but I'm going to go straight into working with my marker. And we'll go a little bit closer here for you since these are small. And the first one I'm going to try, let's do a diagonal line. Now we want it to go from one side to the other, and this is going to be a portrait view of the card. I think the next line I'll do is I'm going to start on this side, and I'm going to just do kind of a wavy line. And you just want to have, each line is going to be a little bit different. What shall I do next? Let's do a zigzag line. One, two, three. I got to do 2 more. Let's do my implied line. And maybe here I will do my little pointy line. Looks like waves, doesn't it? So we have divided our card with 5 lines into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 spaces. Pretty cool, huh? So we're going to go back to talking about our color spectrum. And normally, if we're doing paint, we always want to start with the lightest color. So if we were painting, so I'm going to just go ahead and do it with the lightest color as if we were using paint. So the lightest color in your spectrum. Now everybody, I'm pretty sure, has markers at home, and these should be your watercolor markers, not permanent markers, because this won't work. This is a super cool technique I'm getting ready to teach you. So first of all, I'm going to take, now watch how I'm going to draw with the side of my marker. I've got the permanent marker, so it will not activate when I put these water-based markers on there. And a lot of times people don't realize, and so I'm just going to go along my line here on both sides. There you go. And there, it's pretty much, that's all you need to do. Just go along the line with the side of your, now I'm going to activate this with some water and a little brush. And all I got to do is go like this, and it will start to blend itself together because it is water soluble. Now, it's not going to go but so much, but it will start to seep into that water area and turn all yellow. So on the now we notice here we got 1, 2, 3, and over here we only have 1, 2. Well, right here we're going to go with the hot colors. So when you mix yellow with red, you get orange. All right, so here I'm going to grab this. Notice this might be a little bit easier to see how I'm going to. Now I'm going to try to eliminate white between the lines, and there you go. Super easy using the side of my, and I'm going to go ahead and close off this too. Now let's see if it will activate. You might be able to see it better. Aha! How's that? Pretty cool, huh? So this way, now notice I didn't put a lot of water on there. I just put a little bit of water. Now I'm going to go ahead and grab my red. Now we already learned about the color spectrum. And we start with red and we work our way through. And red being on the other side of red is our ultra red, which is heat. The other side of violet is ultraviolet, which are the rays that burn our skin. Okay, look at there. Woo! How easy is that? So for sometimes you little ones, you may not color that well, but this is a quick, easy way of filling in the colors. So who knows what goes on the other side of yellow? Exactly. We got to grab our green. And I'm going to very carefully draw using the side of my pen, just like we learned. And this will give us a glow effect that we have been learning in our other classes as well, because it's not going to be as solid in the center as it is on the edges. Now, if you don't want to use this technique, you can just color it in completely. Woo! So I put a little bit too much water on that one, but it's okay. Now, for this, now you see I got it on that, but it's really okay because it's going to look pretty. It's not a disaster. Now I'm going to have to use my blue. And it looks like I didn't get all the way there with the green, but that's okay. Main thing is you want to make sure that your lines next to your black marks don't leave any white behind. And if they blend together a little bit, it's okay because it is the spectrum. Now this time we make sure I don't put too much water. So you see you get with watercolor, which is what these are, if you get too much water, you kind of lose control of it. But then again, sometimes those accidents that come from the watercolor are really quite lovely. So that's one of the beauties. It has a good side and a bad side to it. All right. Wow. That's pretty, isn't it? Look at there. So we have now created our card. We're using line and we're using color. And the last thing we do, and we do this every time, is we're going to take our card back. We're going to give it a title. I'm going to call it, because I have some blends here, Color Wash. And you can call it anything you want. Some of the kids call it rainbow. Some people call it line and shape. Some people call it, make up crazy names. And then you're going to put your name as the artist. So I'm Miss Jennifer. Now for the info here, that's what you made it out of. So for us, we're going to use water markers. And it just means they're water-based markers as opposed to like a Sharpie. And this will be my number... I think I've done like 7 of them. So I'm going to do 7 out of 9. And then today's date, whatever that is for you. Now, you have to wait for this to dry completely. And you see it's still wet. But I'm going to let this dry. And I can go back in and adjust any of the colors if I want to. But I really like the way it came out. When it's nice and dry, I'm going to put glue all the way around the edges and glue this to the back. And then I'm ready to put it in my book. I hope you enjoy your bonus art lesson today. Have a great one. Bye.